Okay, Ron makes 2 points here in this next clip I'm going to show you. One of them being an issue that I think is very important and needs to be brought to light is the suicide rate in Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans is higher than it's ever been. Veterans are committing suicide at a record rate right now. The newer veterans. I don't mean like Vietnam. I don't know about the statistics on that, but which that's a major issue because it's something that I think the regular American doesn't consider when they think about their own opinion on war in the Middle East. They don't think. No offense if you do, if you do consider them, but I don't. It almost seems like to me that people don't consider. They say, "Oh, I support the troops, and we need to get over there and do this and this and that, and bomb Iran and fuck those guys." And I say, well, what about the morality of the person that you're demanding they go over there and do that? What if they have been? What if they're your kid, and you raised them with a strict code of ethics, and then they go over there and they're told to do things that are immoral, and they don't have a choice? They'll be, I don't know. They might be dishonorably discharged for not following orders. So, what are they supposed to do? Their guts tell them it's wrong, and then they do it. Now, I'm talking in a general sense. I'm not citing anything. I'm just saying it's something to consider. Obviously, if they're committing suicide, then it's serious enough to consider. These are our children we're talking about. Anyways, here we go.
Experience all you gentlemen have had, as you know, and as this audience reflects, this is a state incredibly proud of its military tradition and incredibly proud of its veterans. Many of those veterans who have served post 9/11, served honorably in Iraq and Afghanistan, are coming back to a terrible economy. Right now, unemployment rate for post 9/11 veterans aged 18 to 24 is at 22%. Congressman Paul, to you first, sir. Should the federal government be specifically targeting that part, or veterans coming back saying the unemployment rate is so high among that subgroup that the federal government should offer a tax incentive to employers or take other steps to help them, to incentivize the economy, to help them get jobs?
To some degree, but you really want to make the environment, the economy healthy for everybody and not designate special places. But to help them out to come back is probably necessary on some occasions now. But we have to think about how serious our problems are here, because we faced something much, much greater after World War II. We had 10 million came home all at once. But what did we do then? There were some of the liberals back then that said, oh, we have to have more work programs and do this and that. And they thought they would have to, do everything conceivable for those 10 million. They never got around to it because they came home so quickly. But you know what the government did? They cut the budget by 60%. They cut taxes by 30%. By that time, the debt had been liquidated, and everybody went back to work again. You didn't need any special programs. So the one thing, talking about concern about the military and the veterans, I'm very proud that, I get twice as many donations from the active military people than all the rest put together. So I'm very concerned about them. I think where the real problem is we can create a healthy economic environment if we did the right things. But where the veterans really deserve help, both as a physician and as a congressman, is the people who come back and aren't doing well health-wise. They need a lot more help. We have an epidemic now of suicide of our military coming back. So they need a lot of medical help, and I think they come up shortchanged. They came up shortchanged after Vietnam War, Persian Gulf War, and even now. They don't get care from the Veterans Administration.
I think we all agree there's a generational challenge for the country with the brain injuries and the other injuries and the suicide, as you mentioned. I want to stay in the economy for a minute, though. Senator Santorum, you started to shake your head. Again, specifically, it's a role of government question. Should the government be stepping in and saying...
The other part of what Ron said there early on was that, well, at least the point I took from it was that if we have a sound economy, before they come home, or if we fix the economy, then it won't be an issue. We won't need a special program that specifically singles out veterans and says, well, yeah, they deserve jobs first because, geez, they've worked so hard. And they have worked so hard. But don't they deserve to come back to a country that's prosperous versus a country that's going, here you go, here's your special handout to a job at McDonald's because we don't have any jobs. So here you go. It's the best we could do. Thanks. Come on, folks. Let's fix the whole thing, the whole ordeal. Let's vote Ron Paul in because he understands the bigger picture than the rest of these candidates. And I think that's the right thing to do.